Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's your boy Gary Scott, aka the Solid Pip Assassin, and I'm back with another trade breakdown for you guys for this week. Right, we ended the week 3-2. We ended up on top still with our pip count. We only took two losses. We got two wins. And so that's basically what it is, right? Full transparency with you guys. Just going to give you an outlook at the things that I saw, which made me take the trades. If you guys are looking at my, Euro AUD trade, right? You're like, how did this trade lose? Well, I'm going to break that down to you guys, right? And part of the reason is I didn't, I what happened is I made a very very minimal stop loss, right? Because I seen how price continuously respected this order block. And once I seen how price closed above the order block, not once, but twice, it hinted to me that I didn't see price even trying to go back below this point, all right, because it even dropped back down deep into this order block down here. So I didn't even see it coming back to even half of this. But it tapped our SL, and then went into the direction that we already knew where it was going to go based off of structure, right? We continuously seen, right? We got a high here, we have a high here, and we have a high here. All right, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. All right. What I seen from this particular point was price break this high. All right. Price did a retest. Price broke this high. And that let me know that price is looking to head higher. But it also broke this high and it also broke this high. So that's like triple confirmation for me to let me know that price is definitely looking to head higher. Okay. Um, just based off of where structure is showing us at the current moment. Okay. So price did a retest, right? We seen how price was respecting this order block here because this was the last down candle before price broke structure. So we mark it off from wick to wick, right? What do we have? Right? Price not only respecting it once, twice, three times, right? It respected it four times. All right. Price never closed back below that order block, which then lets us know that price is definitely looking to head higher. All right. In the midst of it doing that, it broke this high, it broke this lower high at this particular point in the market. Right. Price came back to do a retest at this order block. Correct. Right? Came back to do a retest to this order block once it broke structure, right? It rejected once, twice, three times, and even 3 to 4 times here. So when I took this trade, I seen that it broke this high. All right. And when it broke that high, I understood that price could definitely do another retest. When I seen that it was doing this retest and I knew it was coming back to this particular order block, I seen how price closed above, right? The top of our order block, not once, but twice. All right. We took our entry here. All right. What happened was price went into profit. It came back down, I believe, during London session, right? It tapped our SL and literally went straight to hit all of our take profits. All right. So that's literally what happened. Okay. We did a very tight stop loss, which I normally don't do, but I seen how price was reacting off of this order block level, so I didn't believe that price was going to come back this low, but it did. I put my SL below the bodies of this candle, right? Normally, what I would do is I would normally place my SL below an order, above or below an order block, all right, based on if I'm buying or selling. All right, so not only that, but this in itself is an order block on an hour time frame. So when I seen price respecting this level, right? Once I seen price respecting this level, I then understood, okay, well, price can definitely transition to go higher to take out the high, right? But what it did is it worked right back below towards the 50% of this order block, tapped our SL, and then went into the direction. All right. So, things like that happen all the time. I'm sorry, not all the time. Things like that happen sometimes in the market. Just wanting to have a tight stop loss. It can hit your SL and then possibly go in the direction that you already projected it to go to. All right. So Let's go to the next trade that we took. And this trade was USDJPY. All right. If I go to the 4-hour time frame, all right, which is gives me a cleaner view to look at. And it, it's to me, it's one of the best time frames that you can trade off of. All right. Especially if you're like a swing trader. This is naturally I am a swing trader, but I can go to different time frames, lower time frames, and be a scalper at times also. But I most definitely key into being a swing trader at heart. Okay, so I seen price break structure here. I seen price break structure here. So when I understood that price was working lower, I then understood that we could potentially be looking to go into a downtrend overall, just based off of what structure is telling us. All right. Price came down, reached this this level in the market, which is a fair value gap level. All right. We got a fair value gap level here. That's the reason why price stopped at this particular level to head higher. All right. Right? When price stops and goes in different directions, it's a reason. It's always a reason. It's never just because, right? There's always going to be a reason why price stops where it stops or goes where it goes. All right. So we seen that price hit this fair value gap, went up, tested our order block, right? We can take that away. Tested our order block. So this is what happened with this particular trade. Normally, what I do, right? Um, I usually wait for confirmation, especially from the 4 hours perspective. But what I did is I went on a lower time frame, and I seen how this particular candles what it was rejecting at the time, and I already knew that this was a 4-hour order block, so it was a very strong order block. So what happened was we entered here, we seen price work down when we entered the market here, right? And then what happened is news came out, right? News came out and actually tapped our SL right here, and then turned around and went in our direction and hit our first TP. All right. So it hit our SL. We took the loss. It is what it is. Not going to win every trade. That's just be me being a realist with you guys, right? Things like this happen. It's just it's inevitable, right? At times, it's inevitable. You're not going to win every trade. But the thing is getting the best possibility, the best probable trade that you can actually get inside of the market, right? And wait on those confirmations, right? Sometimes it'll get to an order block and it'll reject, right? Just prime example, it gets to the order block, it'll show rejection, but still move in a certain direction, right? So wait for the confirmations. Always wait for the confirmations. Always wait for your confirmations, right? That's something that I didn't do in this trade. And it's why it turned out the way it did, right? You got to wait for the confirmations. If you don't get the confirmations, don't take it, right? That's just a learning experience that I even at the experience that I do have may still take, right? Because, just me jumping the gun. Okay. So that's what happened with this particular trade. Once we go on to the next one, right? Let's go back to the 4-hour time frame because this is where I get my analysis from, just based off of the structure of the 4-hour time frame, right? I understood that one, price broke higher time frame structure, and I understood that one, it was respecting it not only once, not twice, but 3 times. All right, and it broke a high, and it broke a high, right? High broken, right? So once I seen that, I then go and I find the last down candle before price break structure, right? What happened? Price shot up, broke structure, did a retest, tapped our order block. We entered the market off of that rejection, right? And what happened? Price hit our first trade profit. That is considered a winning trade for us because it's a natural 1-on-1. Okay. Now, if people want to, go for the big, the higher TPs, they definitely could, right? But we always aim for the 1-on-1s. Okay. So boom, price hit our first take profits, considered a win. We made our money. We go about our day, right? Price starts to work its way back down. This week was in a NFP week, so price was moving very swiftly to end the week on Friday, right? Which is today. So that was another trade that we took. right? Another one that we also took was EURUSD. This trade did hit our first take profit at 30 pips. It hit our 1-to-1. It's considered a winning trade for us, right? I always suggest anybody to go for the 1-to-1. It's completely up to them if they want to go higher. Okay. So what happened? Right? We seen price break structure here, right? We seen price create a high, right? That high was created. Price started to work back down to structure to retest structure like it's supposed to, right? In the midst of it doing that, what happened? Price broke this high, all right, which is an indication that price is looking to head where? Higher, all right, to head higher. Price broke structure here. So what do? Right? If price breaks structure there, right, and we see that it's making consistent higher lows in the market, even on the hour time frame right here, right? We got to understand that it broke structure here, but it also broke structure here. So now, again, the last down candle before price breaks structure, right? That's our order block. That's the key order block that we want to look for. So boom, we seen that happen. We entered off of the rejection, right? Price went up, hit our take profit, and we made our money. All right. Now going into our last one of the last trades that I'm going to explain to you guys that we actually took, and it was gold, right? Gold is one of my favorite pairs to trade. Gold and actually silver, right? Silver and gold are like my first love in the market. So I do have a relationship with gold and silver. So yes. Now let me explain this. All right, I seen how price one, it created a pattern. All right, this is a descending triangle that it created, right? Price broke down out of that descending triangle, broke structure here, right? And it came down to an order block that hasn't, that wasn't touched, right? So price eventually has to get back to that area, right? When price created these equal lows, price then came back to create and come to this order block that it never touched. In the midst of it creating and coming back to this order block, right? It created a double bottom, right? Which is a very key pattern that you want to pay very close attention to, because that lets you know and indicates you that price wants to head higher, okay? And it did it off a very key level, right? Which is the order block, right? We seen how price was reacting here. We seen the stretch of liquidity here that lets us know that price definitely wants to head higher, right? So what I did is I went on the hour time frame, all right? Went down to the smaller time frame. Once I seen the double bottom being created, I seen I seen this structure point get broken. So what did we do? Right? What do? We seen price break that structure. We seen price retest back down into what? We seen how price break came back down into this order block, right? Came right back down to this order block, did a rejection, and what happened? We entered the market right here, right? Price came, did its, went into profit, came back into, did its rejection off of the order block again, and then it took off for 225 pips. All right. 225 pips in the upward direction. We made our money, right? We went about our day, right? And there's a reason why price did this to end the week, right? Even off the NFP, right? If we look at this, this is also an order block where price stopped it, right? And this is why price stopped where it did, because this is an order block level, right? Down candle, price never came back to this order block when it was in this transition of moving down, right? Price came, tapped that order block, gave you an engulfing candle off that order block. And if you were paying attention to the charts, you definitely could have took a sell entry on this trade right here off of that order block at that bearish engulfing candlestick, and took it down back below to this order block, or even below that point. All right. So Those are my trades for this week, guys. If you do have any questions or concerns, contact me at my Instagram, which is Gary Scott Official. All right. Or you can email me at pipassassin20@gmail.com, which is PIPASSASSIN20@gmail.com. All right. With that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you next time.